Hey, it's John Lee with Window Cleaning Resource. I have just spent the day here with Sparkle Clean Window Cleaning. We've been just doing some training, some on-the-job learning, and I want to introduce to you the owner of Sparkle Window Cleaning. This is Brett Bodine.
Hi.
And Brett, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Like John said, my name is Brett Bodine. I am the president of Sparkle Window Cleaning here in Opelika, Alabama. We service everywhere between Auburn, Opelika, and eastern Alabama, so that includes many areas along Lake Martin, which will be celebrating its 95th birthday this year, and is up until about 15 years ago was the largest man-made lake in the country. That's where we do a lot of our business out there. Is for many years there weren't a lot of companies that were able to get some of these higher windows and a higher clientele, so we've been able to establish a nice little mix of gathering some business in that area.
And Brett, it's interesting because you and I met, 6 or 8 months ago. Tell me a little bit about your background. I know you come from NASCAR industry.
No, actually professional baseball.
Okay.
So out of a need, this has been something that's been discussed amongst my family for about 5 or 6 years. Is my parents couldn't get anybody to come out and clean their windows, and when they finally did find somebody to come out there, they realized the price was just really high. And so we were able to kind of do some homework and speaking with John, and finally about Memorial Day last year, we made the determination of this is something that we wanted to pursue, and definitely was a need in this area for a window cleaner who can reach certain heights that others just weren't able to do. So for the past 9 years, I quit my job with the Boston Red Sox, quit my job, and I was based in Fort Myers, Florida, and my family and I moved up here and got this business rolling in October, and ordered everything with John and learned everything about the equipment over the month of October, and started taking appointments in November, and we've steadily grown over the last 5-6 months.
Yeah, which is amazing. I remember when I first talked to you, you told me what you wanted to do and what your goals were, and I was incredibly impressed. So tell us a little bit about, now you've been in business, how you've done so far.
In my eyes, very well. I mean, coming like John said, coming from a different background and not being in the service industry really in the past, we've done about $5,500 in January to over $8,000 in February to March we did about just over $15,000, and then April we'll do over $25,000 in business. So it's been a steady increase. May's looking very well for us, that we should do another over $20,000 a month, and hopefully it continues to grow. And a lot of this has just been off residential. We've really hit the ground running with this residential, and not had a lot of time to focus on our commercial business, and that's really what's going to be our fall push, is really starting to establish some connections here with local businesses, and trying to get in there and establish some commercial accounts to keep us busy in the winter months.
Right, and one of the first things I remember talking to you about was joining the WCRA and not really having to reinvent the wheel. Has that been very helpful for you, the information and things that you got? It's
been great, and you put it in a good way, and not reinventing the wheel of, we may have to put our own little touches on it, but the framework is already there. Yeah. We can go on to WCRA and take a look at things that I was thinking about, and there's more than likely something there, and we can go and put our own logos on it, or whatever it may be, whether it be a service worksheet or a check-in list or timesheet, or whatever it may be. But I've been very pleasantly surprised and happy with what WCRA has been able to provide for us.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's take a little tour of your office here. Okay. and show me what all you've got here.
So from the outside, it's basically your general industrial office part. We've set up a couple of desks here where my desk, my director of operations desk. Recently I've hired, and she's been great so far, but an office manager, and I highly recommend somebody that can do that for you, just really to follow up with customers. I think some days she may get a little bit bored, but I think it's so important to be able to touch base with the customer the day before, and then mainly do that follow-up after to make sure that they're happy with everything.
Absolutely.
I think it's also important that, during this busy season, I'm finding myself always having to work jobs, so I find it very difficult to have to stop a job, answer a phone call. We got a little conference table that we can have our little powwows at, and John and I were talking earlier, and I'm kind of old school, and I love the whiteboard philosophy, but this is just something that we can really just kind of map out our months and kind of have an open discussion when we start to booking and scheduling jobs. Employees know when they're going to be working. So we kind of have erased April on the left-hand side as we're winding down. We're really starting to focus on May now, and then actually at the top here in April, that's actually June dates that we're starting to fill in here for June. But I think it's really important so everybody can kind of see on a daily basis, if they don't have access to a computer in the office here, that they can really see kind of what's going to be coming over the next couple of months. We got a refrigerator here and TV and stuff that really never gets turned on, but we've got some things for the guys when they want to come in. We'll come out here and take a look at truck bays, but really pretty self-explanatory warehouse. We've got a trailer here that we utilize as a third vehicle that I can hook up to the back of my pickup truck, and actually can hook it up to a second van if we've got a big enough job. I've got one of these vans that's equipped for that to get hooked up in. But everything in that trailer is what we have in our van as well. So it really acts as a third vehicle for us if it gets too busy.
All right, let's take a look.
Yeah.
You've got two, and I love vans. This is the Ford Transit, the high top, 350.
Yes, sir.
350. You've got two of these, which are great. They come with the custom ladder racks. He's got, of course, beautiful.
We've gotten so much traction off of people seeing the vans on the road, whether it be in a neighborhood, and John's witness to this, saw it a few times a day. Yep. You get in these neighborhoods. We did 3 jobs in one neighborhood today, and everybody is always kind of talking. These neighbors are always talking. They want to see what Joe Smith's doing, and they want to be able to top them, and so they may end up calling us. But having the vans on the road and putting the money into some good quality branding has been very, very instrumental for us, and one of the best marketing tools that we've done to date.
It's like driving a billboard around, isn't it? All right, let's take a look at your Ford Transit.
So everything we got in here came from Window Cleaning Resource, but we're able to get everything. Our predominant main service is the inside and outside, interior, exterior window cleaning, pressure washing, and gutter cleaning. Our 3 main services. Everything can be done out of this truck. So we've got our whirl away system here, pressure cleaner, which has been great for us, and not a lot of people do it. When we bring this thing out, our customers are just amazed that we're not sitting there using a wand all day trying to clean. It doesn't do the streaks. It's been a fantastic tool for us to use. We had these custom trays built out that we can, and everything's labeled as to where stuff is, but all the tools and things that the guys need are all here. We've got a portable Unger system in case we have a house that's too big and maybe we want 2 guys working the exterior. We're always operating in 2-man crews. We've got the 4,000 psi pressure washer here that we'll lug out with our pressure washing cables. Backpacks. Sometimes we have some balconies and things that we need to get to. Sometimes we work in downtown Auburn, and parking is tough, so we can fill up our truck and walk to a job utilizing this. We've got some ramps made up so we can, if we by chance we have a guy working a 1-man crew and has to get that heavy pressure washer out, he's able to do so. But we've got the RHG gutter vac system. We use this a lot today. Actually, on 3 jobs, we ended up cleaning gutters today. But this is great. All of our poles are here on the side with our water-fed poles, and then we've got our interior poles here as well. Gutter vac hose, and then in the back we've got what I think is the coolest thing, and those who have it can attest. But our customers, when they see the vans pull up and they see what we got in here, but this 50-gallon fill and go has just really been a godsend. People love the fact that we're coming to jobs using our own water. They love the fact that it's pure water that they're using. We're not using any squeegees, but people love the fact that we're bringing these in. We've got our yellow hose that connects with that here, and then we carry our canvas hoses here. We found that these are lighter, and those who are can attest to carrying heavy hoses around. These are much, much lighter, much more durable, and can last a little bit longer, and mainly on the body, which like I said, we all can attest that it works out a lot better.
Is that what they call fireman hose?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fireman hose.
Like John said, we've got the custom ladder racks that are done, and makes it a lot easier to get ladders down off. But we had these put on, and these are just great that we can just operate and carry these things down, and it's so much easier to get ladders off, and they're safe and they're locked up. There's no threat of them being stolen, and just like that, I've got a ladder taken off. But a lot easier, a lot quicker, because we all know that although we're using the water-fed pole, there are times that a ladder is necessary to use, whether it be inside a house or whether it be outside a house. But we've got these there as a convenience for our guys to be able to get the job done a lot faster.
That is super nice. Oh man. If I could have had something like that all those years, I probably wouldn't be in the shape I'm in. I wanted to say a little bit about this fill and go system, and they have turned the hose. It's really nice. They've turned the hose so it's feeding out the back, which is really nice.
So yeah, when we got it, we found we didn't know.
This is so clever.
We didn't know how we were gonna, with this thing turned sideways, how we were gonna wheel the hose out.
Right.
So we're able to take it off, move it this way, and then just connect it with a little clamp.
Yeah.
And we just put it on the top here.
Very clever.
And then we can just run this hose out 200 feet, however long we need it.
No matter what direction you're going.
Yeah, it just swivels, and we can go either way with it.
That is very clever. It makes it so much nicer. To tell you, you save tons of time on setup when you're not wasting around, setting stuff up. With this, you back up, you grab the hose, pull it out, connect to your water-fed hose, and you are working in minutes. I wanted to also show this rack system is used inside to store his pure water poles and gutter vacs, which is really nice.
We got all this stuff at Lowe's and Tractor Supply.
There you go.
Just local stores, and built out, built out the plywood to get mounted on here, so we could just put everything on the ground in here.
Yeah, and then like up here, how you use the hooks for your other pure water pole, and that's nice, and just those little U-hooks, and then you got your standoff there, your pressure washing hose. Really nice. Now another thing too, what you don't notice in here is squeegees. He's totally squeegeeless, and I was sort of part of instigating that, but it's all pure water. They don't own one squeegee.
They do not.
So this is great, Brett. Thanks so much for giving us a tour and showing us your office, and very impressed with what you've done here in just not even a year's time. It's a great example to other people that are just getting started out, what you can do.
I mean, you learn a lot as you go. I mean, I didn't know anything about window cleaning before this, and with the help of the WCRA, we've been able to, learn a lot and bump some questions off one another. And I mean, I've called John once a week with the situations that maybe come up, and maybe trying a new chemical or something that's not coming off. And and the forum that's on the WCRA has been great. Yeah. We've learned a lot from a lot of you out there. Yeah. Kind of what you guys are coming into, what you guys are talking about, what works, what doesn't work, and that's been great. And I love reading all those every night when I see them. So.
Good. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. It's been great for me to spend the day with you here and observe. You got great crew and great business, and you're going to do wonderful, no doubt.
Thank you.